Alright. Yeah, guys. So, a bunch of you have been asking about the Skeleton Archer Necro. So I thought I'd give that a tour since no one really knows much about it. So obviously, it goes around the brand bow and the tombsong arrows. Get that 4 additional skeleton archers and the 8 additional archers there. The amplified damage, which is helpful if you do get hit. And the bone spear, which is another one of the big things. Because when you match it with innocence, you get that blade shield. So, as long as I am near the monsters, blade shield's hitting them, bone spear's going off. Matched it with a all-skill Shaco. I would prefer, instead of that, strength slam for it to be a 1 all skill. But it is what it is. Late season, hard to find upgrades. The Wisp, which is lovely for the Wolverine. Obviously Marrows. Gotta have that if you got skeletons. Obviously Arachnid, SOJ, and, I mean, you know, summoning skill, Grave Palm, no brainer. Anywho, faster hit recovery, small charms with 11 resistances. Gotta be that 11, you know, gotta get the best that you can get. With a bunch of 12 faster hit recovery, necromancer summoning, the rest of them being life. The reason for that, we hit that breakpoint, 86. I would like the resistances to be a little higher. Ideally, I would have preferred to get a 2-socketed tombsong, but again, late in season, not as easy to acquire. But ideally, you would get that 2-socketed tombsong, which would give you more than 75 all resistances, then you would gravy. Everything would be great. Got that 2 all skill Annie with the Hellfire Torch. The only thing that kind of irritates me, so obviously I have a CTA on the other side, and there's a tombsong on the other side as well. So you should only lose 8 archers. So I should go down to 11, but I do not. For some reason, it does not register that there's a tombsong here. Don't know why. You know, we get that BO going. Switch back over. Our mercenary, Act 3 Cold for that prayer aura. The beasts. Obviously, we get the one with the prayer, +3 to prayer. That's nice. Boosts up the prayer, boosts up our life. The gloves really doesn't matter. I mean, because it's not like we're dealing with a fire skill, and there's not a cold skill one. So, I mean, I just chose this because I like the replenish life slam on it. Keep him a little bit more beefier, a little bit more alive, and you want the faster cast rate. Arachnid, obvious. Templars, obvious, with some minus 15 requirement. Resist jewels. Shaco. Exile for Defiance. And the Marrows for the Cannot Be Frozen, and that plus to Strength, which lets us wear the Templars. Our mercenary wear the Templar. It's all pretty straightforward. So with this build, you're not hiding in the back. Sometimes you will, but usually, no. Usually you are in their face. However, you want to try and get... So you want to try and get summons that are range, which, by the way, I am 100% summoning. No curses, no bone. People do it differently. Some people sacrifice some summoning skills and put max out teeth and bone armor, because then it contributes into bone spear, which actually helps out your brand bow because of that bone spear. Some people sacrifice some summoning to get amplified damage. Me, I don't really see the need for it. I do just fine without it. It's not a big deal. I have maxed out Skeleton Mastery, Skeleton Warrior, Skeleton Mage, Golem Mastery, Skeleton Archer. 1 point into Revive. I like rocking with 1 Iron Golem, and the rest Blood Golem. The Iron Golem doesn't really matter. I just have a Tomb Reaver because I like the chance to reanimate stuff. You know, the more mobs around is always better. Some people like to rock around with like Purity. Doesn't really matter because you already have that prayer. You can obviously get an insight, but I don't really have a mana issue because I'm just warping around. I don't really have the problem with it. You can also be expensive and get yourself like a pride or something to get that concentration aura. Again, it's whatever you decide. So obviously when you notice when I'm warping around, everything stays in this area for a little bit. They'll branch off eventually, but they kind of stay in this area when you're warping around. So you want those ranged units. And I've got some units going. Grab this map. The only issue is that you're still a necromancer, so you're still kind of glass cannon-y. So, for example, in Pandemonium maps, you don't want to be teleporting into a group of those big rider monsters. I cannot remember their name. Brain fart. The ones that do the earthquake on the ground, because that earthquake will kill you. And when you're level 98, it's a problem. So this is not a very well-known class for the necromancer. Most people are fire golem, or they'll be the arm of King Leoric with that one necro shield that does revive, or there'll be curses, or poison and bone for corpse explosion. But this build is fun. You're not gonna be doing Uber Tristram or Uber Ancients, but it's fun. Sorry. With the exception of some monsters doing a little bit of AoE damage that will get through it, I pretty much have that meat shield around me all the time. It's especially great if you have an enchant sorceress with you, because then these skeleton archers, if you have a decent enchant sorceress, they'll do 10k damage each. You got 20 of them, it adds up. Yeah, like I said, this is not one of the usual popular necromancer builds, but it's cheap, relatively cheap, and it's fun. You don't even have to rock the innocence, to be honest. Instead of the innocence, you can always get a Trangle's, the Trang set armor, which gives you the blood warp, so then you don't even have to put any points in a blood warp. Before this, I had a 1 all skill Trang's armor. Which was really nice for survivability. I've been thoroughly enjoying the innocence. So you'll see bug spears are going off in their face. So yeah, it's not a bad build. So I'm kind of picky about my revives. Like if I'm doing panda maps, I want them to be the succubus witches, because they'll cast a decent amplified damage for me, and I don't have to worry about it. Other than that, you want ranged people like the ghosts or the ghouls or mages, archers. You want to summon things that can shoot from the circle, because you're warping around enough. Pretty much everyone's staying in the circle. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I'd say at least 70% of the time I'm leading the group, and this is very loot goblin friendly, because obviously everything else is doing all the damage for you, so you could just have alt open while you're teleporting around, runes, jewels, charms, gems drop, you'll be one of the first people to see it, grab it. You're not focused on killing everything, because your mobs are doing it all for you. And I'll rarely lose archers, or lose skeletons at all. And when you do, pretty simple. In fact, the one I lose the most is the Iron Golem, because the guy's a little dumb and likes to Leroy Jenkins and go die. But yeah, thanks for listening. Hopefully you'll try this build out for season 13. You know, with season 12 coming to a close soon, and I'll see you guys later.